Hello everyone, I'm Dead Knight and this is In It to Win It. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave respectful comments on my videos. We got the full United and Stormwind set out and we are going through class by class for my opinion and on what is the best card in the set for each class, the worst card, and the card that is the most interesting for me. So we are going into Shaman. Unlike some of the other classes, Shaman got a pretty nice spread of cards for just about all their archetypes. And, really looking down at the Shaman pool, I think it's the strongest pool of any of the classes. Most of the classes push really hard for one theme. So if that theme flops, the whole set flops for that class. But Shaman is spread out across a bunch of archetypes, and the level of power for these cards is just really high. Even though all that said, it was not a hard pick for me to say what I think the best card for the class is. It is the legendary Bolner Hammerbeak. This is a 1/4 for 2 mana, and whenever you play a battle cry minion, you redo the first battle cry that happened on your turn. This card is just eye-poppingly overpowered at 2 mana for so many reasons. So let me just get into a couple scenarios in just standard on why this card is just obscene. So let's talk about first, just your standard tempo playing on curve. So turn 2, you play this guy. It's got 4 health, so it has a pretty decent chance of surviving, especially if you had a turn 1 play. If it survives, then on turn 3, you can play Primal Dungeoneer, which is going to draw you 4 cards. Which, that's pretty much game if that happens. And then if it's still alive, then on your next turn, you're talking about completely out of control plays because you'll have 4 mana. Let's talk about another play, playing this guy on turn 2 or on turn 1 with a Lightning Bloom and getting into a Kindling Elemental. So that is going to reduce the cost of your next elemental by 1, plus an additional 1 from the Hammerbeak effect, which you can then play into a Cage Match Custodian, which will draw you a weapon, and then reduce the cost of your next elemental by 1 again. So, that kind of play, that can happen as early as turn 1 with a Lightning Bloom. So imagine a turn 1 where you have a 1/4 with a monster effect, a 1/2, and a 2/2, while you've drawn a weapon and reduce the cost of your next elemental by 1. All this happening potentially on turn 1. I mean, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, I haven't even got to the best part. If you play this with Yisharge and Circus Medic and a Lightning Bloom, then you have a 1-turn kill that you can pretty much play sequence in any order on turn 10. So, now with this card, single-handedly enables Control Shaman to have an OTK unbeatable win condition. So there's that. Also, because it only costs 2 mana, if pretty much at any point in the game that you play this and get double battle cries for even 1 card, it's already worth the slot in the deck. So Murmuring Elemental, which was a 1/1 for 2, that one time gave you a double battle cry. That card sometimes saw play. You can imagine a turn 7, for example, where you're almost out of cards, you're losing control of the board. You play this guy in a Primal Dungeoneer, draw 4 cards, play another Battlecry minion, draw 2 more cards. Just anytime you play this card, it's crazy. There's almost no chance this doesn't get nerfed to cost 3 mana, if for no other reason than to stop the 1-turn kill from Yisharge, but probably to stop these obscene turn 1 plays or these obscene curve plays with Primal Dungeoneer. So this is almost for sure going to get nerfed. It's the best card. As far as worst card, also not a hard choice for me. It is Charged Call. So this guy is 3 mana. You get to discover and summon a 1-cost minion for 3 mana, which is absolutely terrible. And then every time you play an overloaded card, it improves this. So, this is way worse, in my opinion, than Unexpected Results, which for the same mana would give you 2-cost minions and would upgrade with spell damage. Unexpected Results saw almost no action. This one is worse. If it was overloaded mana crystals, this would be excellent because you have the option to turn 1 Lightning Bloom, summon a 3-cost card, and then that would just get exponentially better throughout the game. That's not what this is. You know, you have to play 2 overloaded cards before this even comes close to being playable. So, you know, it's just so much investment. Shaman has so many great tools that make this card just way too slow before it ramps up to be useful. I think this is going to be pretty useless. You know, you might see a niche deck run this, or you know, you might pull this from an Instructor Fireheart on turn 9 and pull a pretty nice play. But you know, by itself in your deck, don't waste your time. As far as the most interesting card, for me, it is definitely Overdraft. This card is a 1 mana tradable that refreshes your mana crystals and then deals that much damage to any target. Super cool card. So you know, it's conditional because you have to have overloaded mana crystals, but who cares because it's tradable. So you always have that 1 mana, swap it out, draw a card. So that's excellent to have that versatility. And then unlocking your mana crystals by itself can give you a very strong play, and for 1 mana, we really like that. You know, if you compare this to Lava Shock, which for 2 mana would deal 2 damage and unlock your overloaded mana crystals, that got lots of action. This is better in every way. You know, usually you're going to unlock at least 2 mana crystals, so already it's just Lava Shock that's cheaper. But then, you know, you can stack lots of overload with, you know, Lightning Blooms, Lightning Storms, you know, Perpetual Flame, potentially overloading 5 mana crystals or more, and then freeing them all up and then blasting a huge minion or blasting someone in the face with this card. It's just an excellent design, good in just about every deck. Would have been the best card in the set for me if it weren't for how obscene Hammerbeak is, but just really love the card. And then the fact that it's tradable is just, you know, the chef's kiss on this one. So really love it. What do you think of Shaman? Which of these cards is the best, worst, and most interesting? Tell me what I got right and wrong, and you know, you know, feel free to just, you know, gush over how great Hammerbeak is. Leave some respectful comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in next time.